Welcome to The Explainer. You hear the phrase real estate mastery all the time, right? But what does a blueprint for it actually look like? Well, today, we're going to break down an online course that makes that exact promise. We're going to peek under the hood and see what formula it's offering for success. Let's get into it.
So what's really inside a mastery blueprint? I mean, is it just a bunch of videos and PDFs, or is there something more going on? We're going to dig into the specific tools, resources, and the support systems this program claims are the key ingredients for making it big.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're diving into the core learning toolkit, the actual stuff you get. Then we'll see how the community fits into the picture. After that, we'll look at the tools that promise to give you a practical edge in the real world. And finally, we'll explore the whole idea of mastering this stuff at your own pace.
Okay, first things first. Let's get into the foundational content. You know, the digital nuts and bolts of the course. This is the stuff you're going to be working with from the moment you sign up.
Everything kicks off with a simple but honestly pretty powerful idea: centralized access. The thinking is that everything, your videos, your readings, all your tools, they all live in one single student portal. It's designed to get rid of the headache of searching for things so you can just focus on learning.
And here's a huge feature of this portal: the promise of lifetime access. This isn't some temporary pass. The idea is you get to keep coming back to all the educational videos, reading materials, and resources forever. That tells you right away this content is meant to be more than just a one-time lesson. It's supposed to be a long-term reference library for your career.
Now this is where it gets kind of fun and a little mysterious. A specific resource is mentioned, and it's got a pretty wild name: Billionaire Mercedes Secret Sauce. The source material doesn't exactly spill the beans on what's in it, but a name like that definitely suggests it's positioned as a signature, high-value piece of the puzzle.
So this is basically their roadmap from student to success story. It's a very clear, step-by-step process. You get into the portal, you work through the materials, you nail the call scripts, and then boom, you close the deal. The whole structure points to a repeatable, almost formulaic approach to getting results instead of just a bunch of abstract theory.
Let's just zoom in on that third step for a second: mastering the scripts. This is a huge clue, right? It tells us that this course doesn't see communication as some vague, soft skill. Nope, it's treated like a hard tool, something you can sharpen and perfect. The philosophy seems to be that success really depends on knowing exactly what to say when things get serious.
And to make that happen, the course gives you two very specific things. First, call scripts that have been tested and proven so you know how to start those conversations. And second, a whole playbook of rebuttals. The goal is to get you ready for common objections from homeowners, turning what could be tricky conversations into predictable ones you can actually manage.
Okay, so that's the digital toolkit, but a blueprint is pretty useless without people, right? So next up, let's talk about the human element, the community, and the support system that's built around it. And, just like with the learning materials, they keep access to the community super simple. There's one door to walk through: an online Facebook group. That's the central hub for every interaction, every question, and all the networking. Now, this isn't just some random forum for beginners. It's designed to be a whole ecosystem. You can talk to the official coaches, learn from students who are already crushing it, connect with people at your same level, and even network with other professionals in the industry. It's all about getting support from every possible angle. What's really telling here is how they define networking. It's not just about passively being in the same online room as other people. The course frames it as an active tool you can use to build direct connections with instructors and pros, basically using the community as a career launchpad.
And on top of that online community, there's another layer of interaction. New students get a free 30-day trial of live classes. This gives you a chance to learn in real time and ask questions directly, which is a nice complement to all the self-study materials.
All right, so we've got the digital course and we've got the human community. But how does this all actually help you out in the real world? This brings us to the third part of the blueprint: the tools for practical, on-the-ground application.
When it comes to practical support, the program seems to be built on two main pillars. And these aren't necessarily tools the course created themselves, but more like curated recommendations for essential services and systems you're going to need.
And these two pillars are designed to tackle two of the biggest hurdles for anyone new to the game. Pillar number one is all about legal navigation, pointing you towards reliable attorneys who actually get real estate law. Pillar two is about operational efficiency, recommending software that can help you streamline your work and boost your productivity. It's all about helping you build a professional setup from the start.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle: the overall philosophy of the program. It really centers on this idea of long-term learning and, just as importantly, flexibility.
The core philosophy here is self-paced learning, and really what that means is that you are in the driver's seat. If you need to spend a whole week on one tricky concept, you can. If you want to binge an entire section in one day, you can do that too. The whole structure is meant to adapt to you.
And that kind of flexibility is really only possible because of lifetime access. This is what turns the course from just a one-time purchase into a career-long resource. It's designed to support you as you grow, letting you pop back in for a refresher months or even years down the road, whenever the market changes or you face a new challenge.
So when you piece it all together, the structured content, the community support, the practical tools, and that lifetime access, you really do get a comprehensive blueprint. But it kind of raises a fascinating question, doesn't it? In a market as fast-moving as real estate, can any blueprint ever be truly finished? Or maybe the best blueprint is one that teaches you how to keep drawing new plans. Thanks for watching.